In the beginning of human history, before kingdoms, before laws, before written commandments, two brothers stood before God. One act of worship would be accepted, the other would be rejected, and jealousy would lead to the first murder the world had ever known. This is the story of Cain and Abel, the sons of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve had two sons. The first was named Cain, a worker of the ground. The second was Abel, a keeper of sheep. They grew up in a new world, a world still close to Eden, yet already touched by sin. Cain labored in the fields, tilling the soil with strength and sweat. Abel tended his flock, guiding his sheep with patience and care. Both worked. Both lived under God's watchful eye. The offerings. In time, the day came for worship. Cain brought an offering to the Lord, fruit from the ground he had worked so hard to cultivate. Abel also brought an offering, the firstborn of his flock, the very best he had, and God looked upon their offerings. The Lord accepted Abel and his offering, but he did not accept Cain and his offering. The difference was not in effort, but in the heart. Abel gave God his best with faith and obedience. Cain gave something, but not everything. Cain's anger. Cain's face fell. Anger burned within him. Jealousy took root in his heart. And the Lord spoke to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted?" Then God gave a warning. Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Cain heard the warning, but he did not listen. The field. Cain spoke to his brother Abel and invited him into the field. Abel followed, trusting, unaware, innocent. There were no witnesses, no laws written yet, no courts to judge, only two brothers and a choice. The first murder. In the field, Cain rose up against Abel, and he killed him. The ground absorbed Abel's blood, the first innocent blood ever spilled on the earth. Silence followed. Life was gone, and nothing could undo what had been done. God's question. Then the Lord came to Cain and asked, "Wait, where's your brother Abel?" Cain replied, "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But God answered, "What have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." Nothing is hidden from God, not even secret sins. Judgment. The Lord pronounced judgment on Cain. The ground that once yielded crops would no longer respond to him. Cain would become a restless wanderer, driven from the land. The punishment was heavy. But it was just. Sin always has consequences. Mercy and judgment. Cain cried out to God, saying, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Whoever finds me will kill me." And even then, God showed mercy. The Lord placed a mark on Cain, a sign of protection, so that no one would take his life. Judgment came. But mercy followed. Cain leaves. Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. He lived, but far from God's presence. The first family was broken. The first blood had been shed, and humanity learned a painful lesson. Unchecked jealousy leads to destruction, and sin, when allowed to grow, always brings death. Closing reflection. The story of Cain and Abel is not just history, it is a warning. God desires obedience, not just sacrifice. He looks at the heart, not just the gift. And he still asks us today, will you master sin, or will sin master you?